Yeah, so welcome to the SEO Action Show, which is the podcast name that for my YouTube channel. As you probably know, that I have a SEO blog in China. I host different kinds of events, big or small, in Shenzhen, Guangzhou, and other parts of China as well. And then many people don't know, actually, I have a YouTube channel as well, even though YouTube is banned in China. I still got a decent number of followers. I believe it was like 2K or 3K. But anyway, it's nice to have you back. And then that YouTube channel hasn't been updated for like 5 months.
Time to update that with good content.
Right. So, yeah, we just met in Vietnam. I had the pleasure to listen to your talk about the AI. I think it's called the AI swarms, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a great one for a while. It was kind of eye-opening. I wish you have more time to dive a little bit more into how AI not just change SEO, but also change the way we build a business,
exactly,
build a team. So that's the reason why I'm urged to have the to invite you back for this podcast. All right. First of all, first question. I read your LinkedIn, and then you always like put the titles out there, like you call yourself as a AI generalist and a consultant. But it's safe to say, I think you can call yourself an AI expert. Why you don't call yourself expert? So maybe you can give us a little bit more about your background.
Surely. So I would like to put some light on AI generalist stuff. AI generalist is emerging term or an emerging, I would say, career right now. And what it means is you cannot keep up with the pace AI is keeping up with the world. So an AI generalist is a person who knows what's happening in the AI ecosystem, and you have a problem statement and he has a solution right there in his mind. So that's better than expert, according to me, because an expert would be a subject matter expert in one particular stuff. Generalist is right now the term jack of all trades, master of none is a boon. Because AI is already a master in certain aspects. For example, software developers, they are already behind frontier AI models in several benchmarks. AI can code better, especially if we are talking about CRUD apps, the create, replace, update, and delete, the database-oriented apps. AI can create good front-end design given right direction, or it can create a better backend. Let's forget about the coding part. It can write better content. It is already writing content for my Instagram channel. So given you know how to use it, the generalist aspect, you can make AI work for you. So that's my introduction. I'm an AI generalist, and I love using and playing with AI.
Awesome. Where are you from? I know you're from India, but maybe give us a little bit more information about that part.
Perfect. So I'm from New Delhi, India, but I do have a travel bug and I travel a lot. I I stay a lot of places, but yes, I'm basically from India, New Delhi.
Cool. Yeah. So this podcast, we're not talking too much about AI because my audience are mostly interested in SEO because that's my profession for over a decade. If I remember correctly, one of your slides, you did a presentation in Vietnam during the SEO Mastery Summit. You mentioned that AI, whether it's like AI workflow, like N8N, OpenClaw, whatever they don't sell to clients. They're more like technology. What the clients really need are Micro SaaS dashboards or agencies, CRMs, things like that. And then that part about a Micro SaaS caught my eye. I remember you mentioned like it was like 2 years ago. You built a lot of Micro SaaSes and actually have exited. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 successfully within just a couple months. So maybe tell us a bit more about your Micro SaaS journey and then how it's associated using AI.
So my Micro SaaS journey is a lot related to SEO itself. Because,
oh wow, that's even better. All right.
because we worked. Okay, so this journey started in 2023. And back then, we were building wrappers. Not many people were building wrappers. They were building tools. They were getting funded. So in 2003, the mindset was, let's build a tool, let's get funded, let's get more customers, and let's sell it out. My team's mindset was, why not use these AI wrappers to target particular niche? For example, in 2023 itself, we built certain simple like micro SaaS or wrappers like story generators, joke generators, poem generators, or something like that. These were really simple generic AI wrappers, but we went super niche as well. Let's say e-commerce,
Right.
let's say SEO itself, let's say not safe for work stuff. So a few of the not safe for work micro SaaS that we built got traction,
Got
huge
you.
traction.
I want to pause you a little bit here. Why
Uh-huh.
you mentioned AI wrappers, and why you focus on this kind of niche, very super niche,
Mhm.
I don't know your niche. I don't know the project you sold. I don't want to know,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
why focus on that? And then what
Mhm.
opportunity did you see? And then it fits you.
Okay.
And then you don't want to touch other areas, other niches.
So what made me curious about that was AI was totally new to people. They got to know about ChatGPT just recently. They didn't know anything about prompting. So
Mhm.
they had one particular problem. AI cannot generate good results. So why AI wrappers worked in 2023 was we had a really good prompt. We had systems like API calls. One API call for one good particular prompt. Second API call for editing that stuff. Third would be just to showcase what they were looking for. So in three API calls, we were providing them with something that uh, they would love to pay for, let's say $5 to $10 a month.
Right.
So that was something, and moreover, because it was new, it was saving time. Let's talk about the story generator aspect. We didn't just generate stories, we generated ideas, we generated preface for them, we generated introductions for them, we generated character arcs for them. Let's say we came up with was, find one persona. The persona, find one problem. The problem is, let's say the persona was a story author, or let's a story writer, or let's even niche it down, bedtime story. The persona would be the parent. So what we did was we targeted parents. We found out what the problem they had. They had a problem of coming up with novel stories for the kids. Then we found out the keyword bedtime story generator or fairy tale generator or a lot of such super long tail keywords had a total traffic potential of, let's say, 5,000 to 10,000 per month.
That's
That was
SEO, kind of like SEO keyword research, right?
exactly. So again, because I have an SEO background, right? I knew EMDs would rank for that.
Right. EMD, in case many people don't know, exact match domain, right?
Yes, exact match domains. So, and at that time, .ai EMDs were really easy to purchase.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, 2023, I thought you started 2024. Okay. 2023.
So I'm talking about the end of 2023, let's say September, October, the Q4.
Right. I think that's, if I remember correctly, that's 1 year after ChatGPT was announced.
Exactly. And people were used to ChatGPT, and the frustration had just started. Like the first 1 year was, wow, this can do stuff. And then once they started, the frustration started, the Google trend graph went up. People wanted specific generators for specific use cases.
Got you. I see that on your LinkedIn profile, you mentioned, I don't know what's the name. Is it like Feed Doll or something like that? Fido. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the generator something related to that?
Okay,
maybe,
so
are you comfortable sharing it on
definitely
to talk a bit more about like how you build the tool, how you do like SEO keyword research? I don't know if we have enough time, but
so Fido was my first website. I started in 2016. At that time, it was all about marketing and branding. It wasn't about AI tools at all. So we just repositioned
Oh,
ourselves
you
as
rebranded. Okay.
rebranded ourselves as the AI tools website. Why? Because okay, so if you'll go and check prompt generator on Google, we are ranking on that, beating
Really?
originality.
Okay.
Yes.
Prompt generator.
Yes.
Oh, if you can share your screen, that would be easier.
Okay, so we might be at the first or second. So that particular keyword is bringing a lot of traffic for us. I would just go. Oh, can you see my screen?
Right. It's ranking number 3 right now. Yeah. And then
Okay, might be. Yep. Again, it really fluctuates because it's a really competitive keyword.
Cool. I love doing this, and then my blog readers, they also love seeing
So
this.
it's on second over here. In USA, it would be, let's say, 1 or 2 or 3. So it fluctuates a lot.
Yeah. All right. Free AI prompt. Can you click that through?
Yeah.
And then maybe show us very briefly,
That's a wrapper. That's again a wrapper. For example, people want to create prompts. They are really lazy. So let's say generate a meeting agenda. We'll generate a prompt. Okay, so all of this is vibe coded.
Who will use this AI prompt generator? Can you tell us a little bit more about the persona, the users?
Okay, so Gen Z and millennials who just saw a reel that your prompt sucks.
Okay.
So people actually search for prompt generators a lot on Google. We see traffic of around, let's say, 300 to 400,000 people just visiting this page a month.
Right. Yeah, this is a super high KD keyword. I'm reading at Ahrefs.
Yeah.
KD 61.
Exactly.
Volume 9.1K. Wow, that's a pretty tough keyword. How did you make it to top 3?
So how did I make it? Am I visible? Perfect.
Yeah, we just lost the screen share, but that's okay. I can share my screen very quick.
So how did I make it to top 3? It's because I was the first one to create a prompt generator for the world, and then I got the links.
All right, so it's the timing, right?
Yes, it was created in 2023 itself.
But I mean, I haven't dig into this website, but it's DR71.
Yes.
It looks like you have a great domain, and then when you publish this,
guess how much I've spent on SEO on this website.
Oh, all right. I want to dig a little bit into your SEO history, maybe later, but let's focus on this tool, So how long did it take you to build this tool?
Less than a day.
Less than a day. Oh man.
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm just browsing, and then looks like the monetization is ads, right? So I can see
exactly. So I can't charge for it. So again, ads, and people don't mind the ads since I'm already ranking.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Let me just click create. Wow, it gets results generating prompt. All right. Are you comfortable sharing how much money you're making for this site? Or is that it doesn't have to be accurate, I'm just curious for ads.
A few thousand dollars
per month.
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty decent. It's passive income. But I guess this project Fido, right?
Yeah.
It's probably worth times 30 or 40 multiple. Could be like easily 6 figures, right? In value if you sell it.
Yes, I've received some offers, let's say, from a few of my competitors themselves. But again, this was my first website, so I won't be selling this.
I understand that. I've been building websites for like 10 plus years. I understand that sometimes to reach it, no matter how much money you offer, I want to keep it. It's my baby.
Exactly. And plus, I met my wife through this website, so that's another story. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Should we cut this part?
No problem.
Oh, that's even better. Wow. Okay. Now I see the real reason, All right. Very cool. Wow. That's amazing. This is the first time I hear this kind of like magic story,
And that was thanks to SEO.
Right. Okay. Now tell us a little bit more about your SEO journey. I'm super curious. In the last call we didn't dive into this. Yeah, I know is like you're maybe around 30 years old. I don't know your SEO age. So tell us more. Yeah.
Okay, so if I have to talk about SEO, I started doing SEO in 2015 itself. So that's around 11 or 12 years back. And how it started
in high school, I guess, at that time.
I was in university.
University, okay.
Yes. So I started with Tumblr at that
Oh,
time.
Tumblr, yeah. Okay.
So Tumblr received a good traffic amount. So I used to make did you know stuff over there. Learned AdSense monetization through Tumblr, and then I moved to WordPress when I created Fido.com. At that time, competition wasn't that furious, I would say, because there were limited.
Yeah. 2015, 2016. I remember, and that was like Penguin Pub algorithm came out in 2013 and in 2016. I think that's still like a stage where SEOs and website owners are fairly easy to get traffic from Google.
Exactly. So what I did was I used to read a lot of books, like I still do. I still have a lot of books over there. For example, I read Kotler, marketing management. I copied entire Kotler on Fido.
Wow.
Advertising, marketing, and stuff. And then I did super long tail SEO on Fido itself. How I did was super long tail SEO. If I'm writing on advertising, I would have 10 other pages on super long tail SEO. And those pages got the links and made advertising rank at the top. I was ranking for the term advertising for good 2 years. I was ranking at the term marketing term on Google on the first position.
That's pretty high traffic value keywords.
Yes, that was in 2019. In 2019, I was seeing 3 to 3.5 million traffic on
3 to 5 million traffic. 2019. Oh man.
Yeah.
So
I
was like trying to count how much money you were making. You know.
I bought this home like in 2019 itself. So. Again, so
hey, why nobody hear about you? You know,
I didn't know about like that I should be boasting about this or not because I was pretty secretive at that time.
Yeah, but I want to jump in. Why you are okay sharing this in public? Because I know a lot of people when they make money they want to hide it. They don't want to talk in public. But when now you like throw your face in public, I know you build a lot of communities. Why all of a sudden make the switch? I'm curious.
Because SEO, you can't make I might be wrong because you have to switch from SEO from now. SEO won't be as good as it was a few years back. It's a dying industry. Trust me.
Yeah, I like that term, time industry.
Yeah, it's a timed industry. Why do I say that is because it's an agentic world now. It's an agentic internet. Agents are already browsing the internet more than humans. 60% of the internet is browsed, consumed, and used by agents. Claude Code, OpenClaw, and all these, and even like Google, the one that I mentioned in the presentation that you attended. Google launched WebMCP, where you have to have documentation for the internet. Even if you run a WordPress website, Yoast and RankMath are adding a few schemas for the web agents. They are adding new stuff. So when you are targeting agents and not humans, ranking matter less. Why? Because at the end of the day, agents won't be as they won't be searching as algorithmically as humans. So that's one thing. And this was a publisher website back then. I used to make money through advertisements, affiliates. Agents won't make me money through advertisements. Agents won't make me money through affiliates. So
right.
That's I can now share the stuff that I've been doing.
I see. Wow, interesting. You know,
and I have already pivoted.
Yeah, it makes sense. It seems like easy to understand, but not many people realize this.
We don't talk much about this. We are still focusing much on SEO, even on AEO. For example, AEO is limited to ChatGPT, Claude, or any of these super apps.
Yeah, AEO, I think that's a term in the North America. In China and us, we use GEO more.
GEO.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. So, but what we are missing out over there is every agent has different, I would say, algorithm, or every agent has a different thinking power. Claude on Claude Chat thinks differently than Claude on my OpenClaw agent. And I I have to ensure that I'm ranking for all of them. Moreover, there won't be an algorithm at place after this. When I say algorithm, it would be just like human recommendation now. And you can't get into the brain. You won't be able to track stuff now. How do I get this traffic? How did I get this sale? There won't be a Google Analytics stuff when the agentic internet takes over.
Right.
So yes, we can talk about the previous, the success, but I'm afraid about the future that we are heading to.
I see what you mean. Yeah, we are pretty much like switching from one era to the agentic era, and then still we don't know what's going to happen, even though we know it's coming, right? Yeah,
exactly.
That's the scary part.
And why am I happy about sharing about my micro SaaS as well is because even that industry is dying. Why? Because SaaS, I would say there's a new name for SaaS. It's service as a business, a service as a software now, not software as a service. Why? So
can you repeat that word again? I think many people may not like get the nuances. Yeah.
Okay, so SaaS, the original full form of the acronym was software as a service. Now it's slowly changing to service as a software.
So it's the other way around, right?
Yes. Why? Because human services, which people used to take a lot of money for, let's say legal services, creating briefs, creating, let's say, or not just legal services, let's say agencies, people, keyword research agencies or lead generation agencies. These human-oriented services can be converted into software using these agents now.
So in the future, people maybe don't need to pay for specific software to do things. They just rely on agents.
Yes.
Okay. That's the reason why I heard like many people say 80% of the SaaS companies will be bankrupted within 2 years.
Yes. Claude just released a few plugins, and the companies are seeing down, like they're bleeding in the stock market. Because what they were doing was they were selling wrappers, just like what I was doing a few years back. They were selling wrappers for particular niches, micro niches, and they had big brand name attached to it. So people were paying $5,000 per month to them, $5,000 to $10,000. So now, let's say people would be limited to Claude, but again, Claude would not present to them the entire ecosystem. What will be the next thing is creating an ecosystem. Second thing, delivery. Delivery is how you're going to distribute. So distribution is the next cue for the SEO or the next, I would say, any of the people in the digital marketing arena. Distribution. How we need to actually zero on where we are going to distribute our clients' work.
Yeah, in that regard, I mean. Yeah, we just talked about SEO. Are you promising? Do you think SEO will be promising? Do you think SEO will die? I want to know what's your take on this industry.
SEO won't be limited to Google. SEO won't be limited to ChatGPT. So search, we would the distribution when it comes to search, we would have that would change. People would start
still search, but the search behavior will be changing. That's the point.
Behavior
how the information will be distributed to reach a target audience will be very different than, I don't know, 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Okay, so let me give you an example. So JP, when I had a conversation with you, you said like everyone in China is using OpenClaw, even the grandma, right?
Right. That's what the what's his name? Zach Franklin said in his PowerPoint. You know,
and
I think it was exaggerating, but in Shenzhen. In specific areas.
So do you know how OpenClaw searches the internet and give answer to your question? It doesn't search just one search term like humans. What we used to do was we went to Google. We used to search for one particular search term, got the answers, and relied on it, be it commercial, be it navigational, be it transactional. Now, what OpenClaw does is it would search let's say 10 times, 20 times, different search terms, then would accumulate all the information that it would get, then we'll make sense of it, then we'll give you an answer. So that stuff for the SEO is changing. Like it won't be limited to ranking at the top for one particular term. It would be having the shelf space over the internet. It could be the social mentions, because Reddit takes a big part in the search. It totally depends on how you have trained your OpenClaw agent. Again, my OpenClaw agent relies on a lot of human comments on Reddit. Yep. Second would be, let's say Google. If we are having browser automation, it's going to Google and it's searching for, let's say, 5 different terms on Google itself. If it's using an API, more than 10. So how are we ensuring that we are ranking on all those 10 terms? That's a problem for us SEOs.
Right. Yeah. In that regard, do you think like there's more potential for SEO, or do you think there's less? Because now you have so many platforms, like agents are asking questions, users are asking questions. There's no way we can manipulate the result like right in time, because the resources we need to make sure like we show up for that term, but the user maybe already switching to another term you cannot keep up with, right? So I don't know, maybe my question is, how should brands or like individual people optimize for, I don't know, like show up in the answers or get more traffic? Still, like in China, we're talking about get more traffic, even though I disagree, because in the future, it's not about the traffic, it's about the attention, it's about the impression, things like that, and sentiments. Yeah. So I want to know your take on this part.
So if you're looking for the traffic, I would say think again. Traffic won't be the thing that would take you to the next phase of the internet. Instead of search engine optimization, it would be perception optimization, perception of the internet towards your company.
Perception optimization. Okay. Should we create a new term for SEO?
Totally up to you. So
Right.
when it's a perception, when a lot of people are talking about you, be it anywhere, that's where you would stand out. And because again, if I would search, let's say JP, if I'm searching for the best SEO podcasts in China, and like this one particular term, let's say it lands me on JP's podcast. But again, if I search for 10 other terms, because agent usually does, because it understands my intent. Like I would want more of an informative podcast, or I would want someone who speaks in English.
Yeah, that's the same like intent, right? Yeah.
You're seeing the intention. So it would search for all of these intentions again and again on the queries. And if all of the queries, and if you're the perception of the internet, perception of a lot of it doesn't matter where you are ranking right now, because it can read 10 results at once, 20 results at once.
Yeah.
There's RAG. So perception, if you fit in that particular query, agent would recommend you. I don't know how to communicate it better.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know it's hard, especially a lot of people don't understand what is perception. And then I hosted an event in Shenzhen. One of our speakers, just 2 weeks ago, he gave a presentation. The title is called Perception Engineering Framework. So SEO has slightly changed from like you optimize for search engine. You need to optimize how search engine and the people perceive your brand, what they would say, because AI would be just wrap all them up and then deliver the answer, plain text in front of the user. They don't see your website, how fancy your website, how you say your brand is great. You cannot control the narrative anymore.
Exactly. So I would like to give one example. So one of the brands that I'm working with sell protein bars in India. And it's one of the protein bars is endorsed. It's actually, the brand is owned by a big Bollywood star. So the problem with them is they don't have good reviews on Reddit and all the forums on the internet. They have purchased a lot of blog posts though through SEO.
Right.
So the blog posts say one story, the Reddit say another story. So ChatGPT actually doesn't recommend them.
Right, because ChatGPT, is it because they trusted Reddit more than blog post, or
and
they
perception?
Think there's some discrepancies between these?
Discrepancy.
You don't feel confident.
Yep, there are a lot of discrepancies between what one like what people are saying and what the world is saying. So yep, that is one thing that's happening. Perception again.
Right. Okay, following on this, if I'm an SEO working for this brand, they have this a problem. How should we solve this problem and make sure ChatGPT actually can confident recommend us?
What I have been working on them, and I've offered them a GEO plus ORM management, agentic
GEO plus ORM, online reputation
management.
Awesome. I like that term. Yeah.
So what we are doing is we deployed agentic swarms, which monitor social mentions. As soon as there's a social mention which is against the brand, the agent would reach out to them either on the comments or through DMs. So agents can do that, know that. Agents can
automate that. Yeah,
we can automate that. OpenClaw can do it. Like we have like different versions of the claw agents.
Yeah, you have shown us how to do that. I mean, for that restaurant, right? Like
exactly,
like AI voice call. Yeah, it's doable. Yeah.
So they would reach out to them and they would offer them, like, let's say, let's talk, or let's give you a freebie to just delete that or something like that. What we are trying to do is we are trying to manage the reputation online as well. So that might work, that might not work. It's a pilot project.
But in this regard, do you think like that has go beyond what a traditional SEO should do in the project scope? Because online reputation management, somehow PR, branding, this is another department's job, not our SEOs, right?
So SEOs have to evolve. If you're talking about search engine optimization, when people okay, so it was every year we used to hear that SEO is dead. SEO is dead. SEO would not have died unless Google had died.
Well, Google might die,
Exactly. So now that we are not talking about SEO. We are talking about whether it's a death of Google. Google search as we know it, because the next thing you would know, Google might completely shift to AI mode.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I remember Lily Ray has been talking about this for a while. Where Google just switched to full AI mode. That's a big shift. If that happens, we are officially enter the AI era, I would say.
Exactly. So let's say tomorrow, and let's say in the core update of 2026, we have officially shifted to the AI mode. That's when a lot of the SEOs would wake up. Okay, it's time to change. So before that happens, let's actually get into this, because that is something that's going to happen, and that will happen as soon as Google fixes its advertisements. How it's going to advertise in the AI mode stuff, and because again, Google is just it is not completely changing to AI mode just because it wants its advertisement business to sustain AdWords.
Right. Yeah. I was just watching YouTube. I don't search Google that much. I can see that YouTube ads is getting more aggressive than before. Sometimes you cannot get rid of that. Like there's X. You cannot find it. They want you to push you to read more ads because they want to make more money. People are seeing less search ads, but now people are watching YouTube videos. They become more aggressive in video ads. Yeah.
And fun fact, people are not even watching YouTube videos full. For example, there's a Gemini transcribe in the YouTube videos, right? So there's a case study that people.
I see what you mean, but I usually watch like a game recap. I'm a basketball fan, so there's no way Gemini. I would read the Gemini report because I want to see how people shoot, how they, shoot that clutch shot.
Definitely. And one thing that I would like to add is, let's forget about Google. Let's talk about Gen Z, the upcoming generation.
Right.
They have different search engines for different intents. Let's say they want to buy something. They hardly go to Google to buy something. They would find things on Instagram. They would find things on TikTok.
I agree. Yeah. That's such a behavior change, right?
So let's say they want some ideas. They would go to Pinterest itself. They would create a board. So millennials and Gen X, that's where Google dominated. Right now, the I would say the term that Google invented, micro moments, is taking over. Micro moments. If I want this thing, I should go over there. If I want this thing, I should go over there. That's what is that's where SEO should head to.
I
Not
think
just
that's
Google.
related to a term that you just mentioned, perception.
Perception.
When you search
Yes.
for something related to physical product, you don't go to Google. You go to, I don't know, Amazon, TikTok, ask
Exactly.
Reddit for reviews, right? Depending on how expensive that item.
You know what? People have Reddit has also started its own search engine, AI search engine, where you can just go and type in your query and it'll search all the Reddit communities with answers, and it'll give you the answer on Reddit itself, just like ChatGPT, but exclusively for Reddit.
Right. Yeah. Wow, interesting. Yeah. I want to do a little bit time control here, but I also want to talk about SEO, how you think about this. So anyway, in my opinion, answer that question that I asked it, will SEO die? Whether it's promising or not promising. So when I got asked this question a lot, criticize me if I'm wrong, So I would say SEO will be there as long as people are searching. Why people search is because that's human nature. When we buy something, when we're curious about something, we will search. That's our instinct. So the moment SEO will die is when people don't have curiosity. We don't think. We just become like maybe zombies. Then that means like SEO will die because people are not curious. They're not asking questions. They're not searching. Then SEO will be dead. So do you agree with this theory or no? That's my theory.
I would agree with your theory, but searching was a term invented by Google. Search. Conversations happened before, or curiosity was there even before Google. Let's say before 2000s. So what happened before that was people either talk to other people conversed, people
go to
saw
library
news,
to read books,
libraries,
ask the people in person. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's also search, right? In a sense, right? They're searching for some information, some solution. Yeah.
Exactly. So now people are heading back to conversations. SEO might not die, but it will be converted into conversational engine optimization, like where conversations happen and you are the one who is recommended. Perception again. So conversation, you have to change the perception of that particular agent to recommend you. So yes, I would say more than SEO, people would like to converse more. For example, I would ask JP, do you know someone who can help me with, let's say, social media marketing? And this is where the conversation happening, not a actual search. Curiosity is there.
Right. I see what you mean. Yeah, conversation. But when you are having conversation, whether with a machine or whether with a friend, sometimes the conversation will end up with a question mark. That's a question. That's like essentially, could be a search. You previously was looking for Google. Now we're asking friends, and then maybe we just dump the conversation into ChatGPT. Give me a recommendation. Solve this based on the context that I had with my friend.
Exactly.
That's a moment. That's SEO.
That's SEO.
What you mentioned or not.
but at the same time, SEO happened because people started asking questions in the same language. Everyone did. You and I searched for the best social media marketing, let's say in China, in Shenzhen. Similarly, conversations spin with words, have different words. You might ask your question in a different way than me. Have you seen the shift from from usual typing to voice typing, whisper flow?
That was like a couple of years, many years ago, right? Like
yes. So people have started talk more. And again, so when we are talking more, our words come out differently. JP's word would be different. My word would be different. So again, SEO would be there. SEO as a term would be there, but how we are going to optimize it would be totally different.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, I think it becomes more interesting. It will be more demanding to, if you are SEO strategies, it will demanding on you how you create this kind of strategy. What's your goal? Not like just following the old blueprint. You do content backlink, technical, optimize user signal, then you're ranking number one. That formula is broken. right?
Exactly, and I guess people are heading into the right direction. They are getting back to citations. They're getting back to PR, and I guess that's something that's changing the perception of LLMs as well. Like, for example, if a big news website is coding about me, if it's coding about JP having the best podcast in China,
Right.
that's where the perception changes. The citation.
That's
people are heading to the right.
Kind of like an advertisement. If you watch a TV ad, next day you go to a supermarket and then you see that brand, you just feel like, oh, it becomes trustworthy because your perception in your mind has been affected by that TV ad you watched maybe a couple of days ago. And then that will naturally lead you to feel confident about the brand, and you will purchase it, right?
Exactly.
So the old psychology, I think consumer psychology still plays here.
Yeah, and I guess like as you said, JP, that the different departments, PR, the press release, the public relations, branding, SEO would become a part, or they would become a part of SEO as well in the coming future.
Right. Yeah, that's something that I will keep an eye, how SEO can work together with other departments, not just marketing, not just the sales. I think it's really called like integrated, not marketing or even beyond, That's something that's very interesting. It will be more demanding to an SEO, how much knowledge you should know, how much you should learn about machines, also learn about the human. Yeah. All right, let's switch the gear a little bit. I know it's been like 40 minutes. Okay, maybe this is a fun part. Well, like I said, I asked my blog readers, they have a lot of questions related to Micro SaaS. They are particularly interested about how you made it, how you find that opportunity, how you build the tool in 5 months. Even though you said Micro SaaS will not be that promising market, but I don't know. Let's see. And people still want to. My audience, I mean, this group of audience, they are exploring opportunities, side project opportunity to make some extra money by leveraging their skills or leveraging whatever they have as an individual, as a small team. That's the reason why I have grouped all the questions in a Google Doc, 11 of them. So let me share my screen. And let's go one by one. Hopefully, within 15 minutes, we can get this done. I want to keep it 1 hour.
Yeah. I don't mind if it's tracked.
Yeah. So, as you know, like I'm an SEO blogger. A lot of my blog readers, I mean, 99% of them, they're Chinese. So they used to use Chinese to ask me questions. And then at first, I didn't know there would be so many. So I just tried to translate it into English until one moment, you see. More and more, I was like, oh, okay, I need to leverage AI. So I'm also using AI to get this task. So I just dump all these questions into I'm using Google Gemini most of the time now. And then, hey, give me an outline. I am having a podcast with Aashish. So group the question and then make it friendly for Aashish to understand. So see, that's the result. Look, beautiful, right? 11. So from top to down. So it's very organized. I like it. And then they had Chinese description, also English description. So whether we have like an English blog reader or Chinese, they can understand what the topic is, the question. So let's dive in. Yeah. Can you see the screen clearly?
Yes, I can.
Great. Let's I even asked Gemini to group this. So Gemini gave me this title from 0 to 100K, which is 6 figures,
Yeah.
How a non-tech founder built and exited the Micro SaaS. I like the title. Maybe I should publish an article. I'm just kidding. So the first question is this. You can read the English.
Yes.
I will read the Chinese.
Okay.
Because a lot of them, they will maybe listening this. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's about AI coding boundaries. So the Chinese version is 对于非技术人员，现在的 AI 编程工具如 Cursor 是否真的可以完成从0到1的开发，包括处理复杂的后端逻辑和修复 bug， 还是说最终仍需要专业后台来开发续命？ So the English version is here. So we're not going to read it. What's your answer?
Sure. So the answer is you do need one developer. You don't need a team now. Why one developer is, let's say you are a total like you are a non-technical person. You cannot read what it has come up with. Let me give you an example. Let's say I don't know Chinese, and JP asks me to write an essay in Chinese on my favorite book. I'll go to ChatGPT or Gemini and I'll ask it, can you, like, you are a really good Chinese, let's say essay writer, write an essay for me in Chinese. It will come up with an impeccable essay that would sound really good to me. But JP will still be able to find some inaccuracies over there because JP knows Chinese and I don't know. So what I would say, you would need a product manager. You would need a person who understands development rather than a core or a junior developer. So things have changed. Manager who understands where the things are going. Because again, if you don't know anything about development, you don't even know the systems. You don't even know what database would be the better. I would say what database would be better for you, what backend would be better for you, what front end would be better for you. That's where product manager comes in. Hire one. And till the time you're not making money to hire one, learn something new.
Right. Yeah. So product manager is more important than those technical developer who understand how to fix bugs, right?
Yes. So product manager would be able to guide AI better, let's say your agent better to do stuff.
Got you. All right. I like that answer. Let's go to the second one. So this one is about discovery and validation. As you can read here, I will read the Chinese, okay? 你是如何发现那些小众但真实的痛点的？在正式投入开发前，你使用了具体什么办法来验证这个需求能火或者用户付费意愿？ So it's about the business validation, about how you find the niche market, the pain points.
Yeah. Okay, I followed a 3-step process. The first process is, again, just like SEO, I went and checked the traffic potential, keyword research, basic keyword research. Second was the rising Google Trends chart, because Google Trends give you a good prediction of whether it is rising or whether it is not. Third was virality. Virality has a good definition in my mind, whether I would want to share it with my friend or I would save it to use it again. So that's something that has the potential to go viral.
Why? I want to ask the third one. Why you need to check the virality? Whether it will go viral. Why that step is important?
Because I didn't want to limit my growth to Google. TikTok was a really good selling point for me for a lot of SaaS, micro SaaS that I built. For example, the prompt generator that we talked about, I got, let's say, more than 100,000 traffic in a month just because a lot of TikTok reels, prompt generator itself. Nixara, even a lot of the creators actually created reels on back then when prompting was really back in 2025. They created reels on your prompting sucks. Here's a prompt generator that will give you that will turn your basic prompts into super prompts or something like that.
Got you. So I mean, in other words, you want it to be viral because you want these to reach the, as we call it, the link creator or people who are able to distribute your work. And then that will help you reach more audience who could pay for your product, right?
Yes. Second thing, if we talk about
from Brian Dean, link creator, they are different, sometimes different from your target audience, your target customer.
Yes. One more thing, adding to the SEO aspect of it, the more direct traffic you get, the more links you get organically, the better it is, right?
Okay, yeah. Actually, that correlates to what the good website, good brand. The search traffic is fairly low. If I after HCU update, MarchCore update, some people in our industry did some analysis. Those sites that survive these updates, they actually don't rely search traffic that much. It's like below 60 or 70%. If you look at similar web, for the traffic distribution, those websites who got hit. I mean, I have a bunch of websites got hit. They are always 90% or more on SEO traffic.
And about this discovery and validation, JP, I would like to add this: the website that I sold. how I got most of my traffic was from like a few thousands of the
wait. That's the next question. Hold on a little bit. We're not there yet.
Okay.
Okay. So you will validate 3 items, right? Number 1, you will do some keyword research. That's a traditional SEO way, right? To find whether that niche is promising or not. And number 2,
Google Trends.
Google Trends. Whether
not
that
just Google
trend
Trends.
will sustain, whether it will stop or something like that.
Okay,
30
so
is
not just Google Trend. I have a custom agent that even checks Reddit, Twitter, check the social mentions. If people are asking for what if, or can we have, or something, or similar sentiments, check the trends over there.
Got you. Yes. Yeah. And then the 30 is about the potential to go viral, right?
Yes.
Got you. Cool. Let's move on to the third one. I think it's related to the one you just tried to answer. So it's about acquisition, acquire the first batch of users. So again, I'm reading the Chinese version. 在没有任何背景的情况下，你获取前10个或前100个客户的具体策略是什么？你在哪里找到他们？
Okay, so the strategy was really simple. It was all organic. I spent very little on paid marketing, and how I did it was first EMD. EMD at that time ranked really well because there was no particular, I would say, competitor out there. I built foundation links and I bought, let's say, 5 good authority links. 5 to 10.
Oh wow!
Just 5 to 10 authority links. I was ranking.
I'm curious about how much did you pay for this kind of 5?
I would say not more than $1,000 in total.
5 in total. That's about $200 per link, right?
Yep. That's it.
All right. That's a. I would say that's a decent quality. If it's below $100 per link, it's very hard to find like quality.
So I found them, like we have a list. I usually, like, it totally depends. We had a budget of $1,000 per SEO budget for a particular micro SaaS. Then when it ranked at the top, it got, first of all, I was also a creator, and like I had a lot of creative friends. I used to pitch to a lot of creators community that, oh look, did you look at this tool or something like that. Then a few of them would create videos on that, then more, and then like since we were already ranking on EMDs, we already got traffic, let's say 1,000 or 2,000 people per day, because traffic potential, we used to have traffic potential of, let's say, 20-30,000 per month, and then it became a domino effect. The virality from TikTok brought in more customers who retained, and the MRR was good because, again, you're spending just $5, let's say, to have your task done per month. So $5 per month, and what I was paying for the API costs was around $1 to $1.5 per customer.
Okay.
So yes, so the revenue was good. It was way more than, let's say, 30% or 300%. So, and MRR, the people, like we were adding new features using AI, upselling them. For example, get more limits.
I think that's one of the next question is about how you build it in 3 months. I remember there was a question. Yeah, let's hold it for that. Yeah. So it's few about the SEO traffic. You're using the exact match domain to rank it pretty fast.
TikTok.
And then get the first
TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, and then TikTok and Instagram, because they found the two, they share it out, right? Yeah.
Yes, and sometimes some projects even did well on Reddit as well. So, and in 2023, 2024, there were like 2024, the early one, and even in 2025, the websites, like there's an AI for that, or such aggregator websites, actually they also brought in a lot of traffic.
Right. Yeah. And then at that time, I think even till now, SaaS, people are looking for generator, calculator. There's no AI overview. Sometimes there's no ads. So they're just like a traditional SEO, pretty much.
So yes, so you would not get an AI overview for generators.
Yeah. It's hard, right? Okay, that's the beauty of micro SaaS, right?
Yes.
Okay, number 4. It's almost 1 hour.
No problem.
Yeah, it's about the product form. Whether it's web or app. So I'm reading Chinese here. 对于 MVP 最小可行性产品你会建议先做 web 端还是直接做 app 背后的这个判断逻辑是什么？ Yeah, that's a nice question, right?
That's a great question, and I would suggest web. Why? Because ASO is hard, and it's hard to track. App Store optimization, it's a bit hard for us to track and to rank, especially when you don't have money. So how we did was we got a few customers on the free version.
The free version.
The free version of the Micro SaaS. Then there was there were just 2 icons. You can also use that on App Store or Play Store. And those people downloaded the applications. So it was really easy to transfer a person from web to mobile applications in specific niches, especially if they're addicted to using it. And one thing that I would like to say is you can build a web, you can build a mobile app, but what's more important is making the person come again.
Right.
If you're able to make the person come again, if you have retaining customers, you can transfer them from web to mobile application really easy. It's really hard for transferring them from mobile application to web though. If they are already on mobile, they won't never open your web application.
Sub question here. How do you attract them coming back again?
Okay, again, so it totally depends on a few strategies here. How do you make them come back again?
Yeah.
It's, let's say, unfinished work. I followed the Candy Crush stuff, like Candy Crush strategy over here, that the credits refill after a while. Let's say, and the free credits used to refill after every day. So limited credits every day, rather than, let's say, 100 credits a month, they would get
limit the credits. Okay, strategy number 1.
Yes. Second would be add more features. So I occupied the shelf space of that particular niche. Let's say if I have particular niche and I created a core generator, I would create long tail generators a lot for free. So the core generator is paid, but the long tail generator is not. It's free, long tail generator. So they would get back to the long tail generator, and this was the HubSpot strategy. HubSpot, what it did was when someone thought of inbound marketing, HubSpot was in the back of their mind, right? Because everything about inbound marketing, HubSpot was ranking for it. So that's the HubSpot strategy that we did. We occupied the shelf space. They came back for us, and every time they used the generator, let's say for the 3rd time, they had to sign in.
Right. Okay. I think I came across some micro websites like this.
Yes, could have been mine.
Yeah,
could have been mine.
Yeah, could be yours. Yeah, right. Or maybe I don't know that website is yours, because you don't show your about us page maybe. But anyway, let's move on to the number 5. Almost half. It's about time and energy question. I love this. Yeah. 复盘这5个月前30天到中期再到出手前，你是如何分配产品开发和增长分发的时间和精力的？ Good question, right? Not related to product, but more like how you allocate the energy and time to balance.
So the first I would say month was majorly product development, because and more than the first month, the first week was finding the right fit rather than product development.
So it's to validate the PMF, right?
Yes, validate the hypothesis.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I created an MVP and I launched the MVP as a free product, and then built some links. And when the MVP succeeded and people came back, I used Microsoft Clarity for that, because
Microsoft Clarity, the heat map, right?
Yeah, not just the heat map, the videos.
The video, like you can see, like recorded the sessions. So when you see people keep coming back, that's the moment you validate that the PMF, right? Product market fit.
Exactly, product market fit.
So then, how long did it take you 1 month, 2 months?
The first month was all about building more, and making the product better. So the product was completely done in the first month. Even the it started off with just a product, then we added the authorization, then we added the sign up part, then we added once the people, this barrier was removed. Like this barrier was okay, so people are signing up, people want to use the product. That's good. And then we added the payment part, Stripe or something like that. If it was not simple, so again, PayPal, Stripe, or something like that.
100% free to test the product market fit, and then start to add the payment to test whether people are willing to pay. Right? That's a big hypothesis, you know.
Yes. So, but again, if you are providing the same product for paid, people won't be buying it because they already are used to having it for free. So you have to add certain sweet upsells. For example, you would get extra words, you would get images, you would get videos, or XYZ if you pay just $5. And you have for Micro SaaS, know that you cannot charge a lot. You cannot charge $20, $30. You have to keep the ticket price low. Micro SaaS.
Got you. All right. So yeah, this is about the first 30 days. Yeah. Let's move on. Yeah. Number 6. It's about the mode in the AI age. Yeah, this is a great question. Like I like as well, you know, even though it's Micro SaaS, I think it fits into the content website that we built before, you know, how to build the mode, defend yourself, you know. Okay, description. 在 AI 编程时代，技术壁垒似乎消失了，创意很容易被快速抄袭。在这种情况下，个人 SaaS 还有机会吗？它的长期核心竞争力在哪里？ I love this. Yeah.
I love this question as well. And since we are the SEO guys, know that we can be way better than anyone else. Why? Because we know how to rank it and how to keep it at the top. So even if it is replicated, for example, my prompt generator has been replicated by n number of websites, but I'm still at the top. I'm still at in the top 3. So people come back to me because people are lazy. They don't want to try anything else. That's where the psychology of ownership steps in. Once they start using it, once they test drive it, they would want it. So be the first one. Then ensure you are at the back of their minds and they would be using it. Be it like, for example, I have one toy. I would not exchange that toy for anything else, even if it's exactly the same.
Right, because there's a switching cost, right?
Yes, opportunity cost and the psychology of ownership.
Yeah. Right. So for this, if there's no technology barrier, then you have to create something like
SEO. SEO matters a lot.
Advantage. Leverage your
first mover advantage and SEO. SEO, because if you are at the top, if you stay at the top of that particular keyword, because again, generators, there's no AI overview. People are still seeing the old results. If you are at the top, you will remain at the top. People will come back to you. Be it there are 20 other replicas of you at the bottom. And one more thing, what you can do is, if they are replicating you and they're adding more features, you have AI. You can add more features as well.
All right. I have a follow-up question here. What if I'm not the first mover? I saw a competitor. You know, they have decent product, but I'm very confident we can develop a better product. How can I, take over the number 1 position?
That's a SEO question, right? So again, you can take the number 1 position. So here's what I would have done. First, I would create the product. Second, I would have to do SEO to get in the first page.
Page 1, yeah.
Page one of that particular particular keyword. Then if I have the budget, PPC would work for me as well. Because again, it's a micro SaaS.
I like that idea. Yeah, be creative. Don't just, it's kind of compete with
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard for your target audience to differentiate PPC from like a paid ad from an organic result. Now it's really hard, and you'll have. And if you are targeting micro niche, trust me, the money that you're paying for per click is really low.
Right. Yeah. There's no sponsor ads above. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. PPC. All right. I like the idea. We're not going to dive into that, but I get your point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Number 7, about the timing for exits. So the Chinese description, 在产品持续盈利的情况下，你是在什么时间点达到什么规模、用户量或者收入的时候决定卖掉它的？Another great question, right? It's about the business.
Exit as soon as you can, because AI changes a lot and people's
How
demand.
soon? As soon as
Okay, let's say okay. So the website that we are talking about, okay, I'll give you an idea. It was in the not safe for work arena that sold for $100,000. I exited when I saw that this traffic could go to some other place which is owned by a different company, which is a bigger company. Let's say example, I built a virtual girlfriend and character AI was in that particular niche as well. So I was targeting one particular arena of virtual girlfriend, and character AI could just release a feature and I would be gone. So when I was making enough money,
I see.
Enough, and I thought, okay, so time to switch, because trust me, there's no right or wrong time. When you think you are making enough, switch, exit.
Don't be greedy, right?
Don't be greedy in
Right.
this arena, because I could have made $200,000. I could have made $300,000, or I could have made $10,000 itself. It totally depends on the luck.
Got you. Wow, the timing. For this project, I think you mentioned it's like you exited 5 months later, right? 3 months, build a product, and then 2 months, generate
Money.
Income, and then you just feel it's time to let it go, and then it happens.
Yes. Yeah. So I will tell you one thing. The problem that I had, the biggest problem I had was since it was a high risk merchant, not safe for work. Stripe and PayPal were not happy with us.
Ah, I see. Okay, it's in a kind of like a interesting niche, I would say.
Yes, interesting niche.
All
So
right.
again, so we had to. We just left. We just exited it, I guess, at the right time, because after our exit, there were tons of such products that started advertising.
Like you just mentioned, right? Like the competition starts to kick in, and then
so we saw one of the products got funded after we exited. So
I really have to say you have that kind of like in Chinese, I don't know how to translate English, is that business sense that it's time to go, because there's some players are entering your space quietly. They got funded much stronger, powerful than you.
Exactly.
Sometimes as a founder, even just one person company, you have to trust your instinct, right?
Exactly.
I think you have that kind of, like in Chinese we call it 商业嗅觉. It's about that kind of you smell something and then the weather change, we need to change direction. You have that.
I guess, or I have a shiny object syndrome. I saw another shiny object as well.
All right. Okay. Wow. Okay. Next question is even more, I think, interesting, is because of valuation. Who you sold it, how you negotiate. I think, yeah.
Okay.
Chinese, how to 你的套现价格6位数美元10万美金是如何锚定出来的？是基于增长收入倍数增长率，还是看买方看中的其他指标？Another great question, right? Yeah, valuation.
So it totally depends. There's a lot of negotiations that go over here, and I was making around $15,000 to $18,000 at that time from that particular website, and the revenue.
Wait. You said 15 to 1,800.
1,000.
Or 1,000 per month?
Yes.
Oh man, then I feel like you.
Yes. I made I sold it for, but the profit was around $10,000 profit.
That's still pretty good, like a 10K per month. I mean, for Micro SaaS, that's like 1% or even like 0.1% of like people who can achieve this.
Exactly. So what we did was, like, we got an offer for 10x. We just took it.
You don't even negotiate. Why not 15, not 20? Why 10?
I tried to negotiate. The seller was adamant, and I was like, okay, it's just 5 months of work and $100,000. It's good. And like that's where the and it's like I'm not that good at business. I would have to learn a lot from the other guys. But
Business
yes,
negotiation, right?
yes, I wanted to build more, and $100,000 would.
Wait, why you don't bring a friend who is good at negotiation and sales, you know? And
I brought one in Saigon. Andrea would be doing the business negotiations for me now.
I think he's a great guy who is good fit to do this, you know. He's from Italy, and then he probably knows the buyer psychology more than us, you know. We are
Exactly.
agents.
So yes, I guess this would bring my reputation down a bit, but yes, I sold it for 10x itself. That's it. But I knew it was a high risk merchant. Know this for a fact. It was a high risk niche, and it would have gone up, gone down, or totally went like it would have been vanished itself. But it is still there. You might see it somewhere.
I tell you this, you know, in China, some of our blog readers, they are also building micro SaaS like this web. And I know some of them are making 10K per month, even more, 50K. There's no way they would say yes to 10x. They are already making 15K per month, net profit 10K. You pay me 100K, I hey no, go away. You know, I just keep it for like 10 months. I will make up that 100K.
I know, but I guess I made a lot more after that. That was the first sale that I talked about.
Oh, right. Oh, you have sold multiple. All right. Surprise. Okay.
So that was the first sale because that was the first learning for me for a micro SaaS. I had never sold a micro SaaS before that.
I see. So it's just to test the water, and later you build more. Okay.
So I replicated this, and the next website that I sold was making less than 5K a month, and I sold it for 100K again.
20x. That's
so similar. So I knew the rates.
All right. Wow, that's interesting.
That's one thing that I follow. That I replicate the model a lot.
I don't know if this is a appropriate question to ask. How many sites do you have sold?
Quite a few.
Quite a few. All right. That's good. That's good answer. You know, I don't want to know exact, but more than two, right? Definitely.
Oh, definitely, quite a few.
All right. Wow.
A lot of them follow the replication model. I build one thing, I get customers, I sell it, then I build it again.
Basically, copy and paste. You found the system, it works amazingly well.
Yes.
You just copy paste, and then.
Yes.
When was the last time you do this? Like, this is March 20th, 2026. When was the last time you stopped doing this?
I stopped doing. I haven't stopped doing it till.
Oh, you're still doing that? Oh, wow! All right.
The last sale was in November 2025.
Say it again. 2025.
November. So
November. All right.
Last sale was.
That was my SEO conference. You know, had I known you a little bit earlier, maybe you got invited.
Oh, I would love to attend it again.
All right. Wow. All right. Looks like we need to dig a little bit more of this, but we're 1 hour 15 minutes already. Okay, let's move on to number 9. We still have like 3 great questions about finding buyers and negotiation. Chinese 寻找买家和谈判沟通。你是如何找到潜在买家的？在收购谈判过程中，有哪些关键的沟通环节和技巧可以分享？ I think we already dive into this previous question a little bit. Yeah, how did you find potential buyers, negotiate? Yeah,
potential buyers can be in the marketplaces or in the conferences that you usually attend. So
marketplace like what? Can you name a few?
It could be acquire.com, Empire Flippers.
Acquire.com. I think that one is by Alex Hormozy.
Yes.
Acquire.com. Okay.
Acquire, Empire Flippers, Flipper, and these are quite, I would say, good marketplaces, but better deals would come from networks. From people who who are already doing the stuff that you're doing. You build for them. They buy stuff from you, but ensure whenever you're doing direct deals, ensure you have an escrow in between.
Escrow.com. Yeah, using escrow. Or whether it's through a friend or through a platform,
because people can and might cheat a lot.
Right, I heard about bad things happen like that.
Yes. So
okay. So in this case, how did you find the buyer for this project you exited?
Through a friend, because again, yes, they were doing similar stuff, and why it came why I thought that this was a good deal, because they were building something similar. They were not able to rank. They were not able to get the customers. So I was like, I have built something, and I want to pivot now. And I was already having trouble with the payment database. I'll be honest with you. I was having trouble with payment database at that time. So
Got
just
you.
take it from me. Have fun with it. I'll build something again.
That's quite the experience, from helping a friend. Now you sold him your website. All right. All right. So networking,
Yeah.
right? So go out,
Yeah.
make some friends. Who knows what that friendship will lead to, right?
Definitely.
I can also share a little bit story here. I was doing authority content website before, and then I also buy and sell website. I would say the best way to find a potential buyer is also through networking. I got connected to a friend. That friend helped me find a buyer from UK who took over that website. It's also a six-figure deal. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
That was a couple of years ago. Yeah. So, but I pay him like 5%. I think it's 5% or maybe 2%. Sorry, 2%. Compared to the platform, usually would take you 10%, right? Or sometimes even more if it's Empire Flipper. They take 15%.
Exactly, it takes 15%. So escrow is good. Escrow would not take much.
Right. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Number 10. Advice for non-tech founders. 给非技术创始人的核心建议。对于有流量经验但没有开发背景的人，你建议先用 AI 加 No Code 快速验证的，还是尽早找技术合伙人？初期应该把钱花在产品上还是流量上？ Another great question.
I would just answer this quickly. It's a time of rapid prototyping. You should not focus much on selling right now because people want to try stuff out. If you don't have a product, people won't buy it because everyone out there. So this was the Buffer strategy. What Buffer did, buffer.com, they released a landing page and they just asked, would you be willing to buy, or would you be willing to try a social scheduler? But this is not the era for that. People want to try stuff before buying because AI has made us really spoiled. So build something, give them let's say build an MVP, just an MVP.
Build the product by yourself. Don't look for others,
Yes, build the product.
Co-founder or what? Yeah.
Exactly. Once build the product using AI, validate it. Once you have a few customers, you can hire a technical person to scale it for you. Because again, that the person, like, because you already have money incoming and people would like to work with you. I do have a technical founder who helps me in scaling my initial MVP projects.
Wait. Are you saying you are not a technical, like a tech developer?
I have a commerce background.
Oh, commerce background, business background. Okay.
Yes. So
you do look like a talented AI developer, web developer, or software engineer.
I'm glad, but looks can be deceptive.
Right, but yeah, sometimes people nowadays founders usually wear a lot of hats. There's no way. You shouldn't be limited like developer, businessman. Sometimes we call it a slash. You have a lot of slash on your title.
So just adding to this question, if you see an opportunity, grab that opportunity right now. Build something on your own. Have people validate it. Then, if it is validated, trust me, you have a gold mine for you. You can hire anyone. You can not just hire. You can take a partner. You can hire someone, or you can, let's say, plot code something for you. But at the end of the day, for developing something yourself, learn how to build something that is not flawed, that is not vulnerable. So there are a lot of videos over there. I know a lot of you would debate with me in why I just wipe code with a lot of vulnerabilities, but I have delivered wipe coded projects that were production ready on even to enterprises. I've built CRMs for enterprises.
Great.
Wipe coded them.
Wow. All right. Great answers. I wish we have time to dig a little bit more, but yeah, let's go to the last one. I still have like maybe one or two questions and then we wrap up. Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. Last question about the AI SaaS, the future. 对于独立创始人来说，未来12个月在 SaaS 领域利用 AI 的最大机会在哪里？有没有哪些决策是大多数人会做错，而你认为是必须做对的？
Interesting. So biggest opportunities for founders to leverage AI in the SaaS space right now.
Yeah.
I would suggest getting into the micro SaaS arena. SaaS was a boilerplate back then. So when I say boilerplate, it was one product for everyone. The biggest leverage that you have right now is customization for your customer.
Can you explain a bit more? What customization?
When I say customization, let's say I required a feature back then, which wasn't there in a particular SaaS. The owners said no blatantly because it would take months to add that feature. Right now, it would take a day or 2 day max to add that feature. So if you are building SaaS and if you have a client who is ready to pay, let's say, more than $100 per month as a retailer or in the MRR, trust me, you can add that feature for that particular customer. So customization, because at the end of the day, you are making $1,200 per year, and that customer would retain with you because you have that feature that no one else has. So $1,200 per month per customer. Let's say you have 10 customers, $12,000. That's it for customization, and you are vibe coding that, adding that feature, or not just vibe coding that. You have a product. Let's get back to the first question. You have a product manager who is making AI do it for you. It's so rapid prototyping, rapid development. Everything has changed. Be rapid.
Right.
Like, if you can't release it, release it.
Yeah, this is a concept I have heard in the Silicon Valley many years ago. You know, they call it another term. It's basically the same about the speed. You know, agile. I think that word is called agile.
Agile. Yes, agile.
Be agile. Be rapid. You know, otherwise, you know, you just miss opportunity, miss the window, you miss the whole thing. So it's all about timing, especially in the AI age right now. Like, nothing's fixed. It's still disrupting a lot of industry. That's the moment you need to stay lean, stay like be sensitive about what's coming, and then act fast, right?
Exactly. So, like, one thing that I would like to tell you is the direction that I'm heading to is the agile rapid development as well. Agile development. I do build custom AI products for the clients, and AI plays a really huge role in that. So let's say after Saigon, I've even not just Saigon. So I have meetings back to back where my clients just share their problems, and I get their systems. I automate their systems for them. I have a retainer. I can build 10 micro SaaS a month.
Wow. 10 in a month. And then I don't know what's the success rate, how many you can exit, you know?
So I'm not right now, I'm not exiting any because I'm building it for the clients.
Oh yeah, that's about I think you have multiple businesses. This is related to the main one. I think it's related to AI consultancy.
Yes, Koso.ai.
Right. All right, let's bring to the next one, which is about, tell us a little bit more about your businesses, how people can follow you. You know, this is the last question. I want to do a little bit time control here.
Perfect. So I have a personal brand called OK Aashish, where I train people about AI, where I offer consultancy service, or where I act.
Can I share my screen and screen your
Definitely.
LinkedIn?
Okay, I will just share my screen if you don't mind.
Or you can share yours. Yeah, that's fine. That's even better. So you can.
Okay, I'll just share my screen.
All right.
So I'm also a creator on Instagram. So this is can you see my screen? Perfect. So I'm a creator on Instagram where I just post about my AI ventures of what I usually do. And as a personal brand, I have two offerings. First, I train people. Second, I act as a fractional AI engineer, where I sit with you and I help you integrate AI in your ecosystem. and like I will be the one handling your entire tech team. I will be the one building systems for you. I might be building some micro SaaS kind of, which a human can build, one human. Second is where there is custom AI development. This is where my company comes in, like custom, where my teams come, where my team comes in. So if I'll just go over there, so this is called Koso.ai. So I learned Japanese for a few years. Koso means for sure.
Oh, really? Okay.
Koso. So
You've been to Japan before?
I was about to, then COVID happened. I had 1 month of reservations over there.
Right. Okay.
But then I did not.
There's a SEO conference in Japan in Tokyo last year. I think they are probably happen again.
I would love to attend it. I would love to attend it this year then.
Right.
Perfect. So Koso is where I will custom AI solutions for everyone. Like I have a few. So this is I call it AI systems and orchestration. AI systems is, let's say you want lead generation. You have been doing lead generation for a few of your, like most of your time is spent in lead generation. You find leads on Apollo, you send them emails, you find their profiles, you send them emails, personalized emails, then they email you back, or you send them follow-ups, then you negotiate and stuff like that. Every such process can be now automated. And not just automated, it can be done by a swarm of AI agents. Let's say marketing. Even for me, I just check my dashboard for my Instagram scripts, and then I add that to my teleprompter and I record that. That's it. The research part, the writing part, the validation part, all is done by my AI agents. And it's not just marketing aspect. A lot of stuff. Anything and everything that you usually do on a daily basis can be done by AI swarms now. So we build systems.
Quick question: who is the ideal customer to use this Koso, the product or services?
Right now, we are targeting agencies.
Agencies. What kind of agencies?
So it can be marketing agencies, digital marketing, or traditional marketing agencies, or even advertising agencies. So we are targeting agencies because agencies have the most human-centric tasks.
Right, they have a lot of repetitive tasks that can be automated, right? And then maybe they have no idea where to start. That's why they need
exactly. Right. So we even offer non-textual agents. Voice agents could be there. Video agents could be there. For example, I recently automated the entire hiring flow for one of my clients, where even the trainings were done by AI avatars.
Great, got you. Yeah, I want to wrap this up, but I want to also shoot the last question. Sure. You have built so many projects. I always want to know what's your productivity hacks to stay productive. Sometimes, when building an online business, you can easily get burned out or exhausted. What's your secret to keep that momentum, keep productive, and while staying as a lean team? Like, I know you have a couple of maybe colleagues or teammates, but you started as a one person, right? So share us a little bit more about this part.
You will not believe me when I say I don't use AI on Wednesdays.
Wow. All right. Okay.
I stay away from AI and a lot of my usual work on Wednesdays.
Why Wednesday?
It's the middle of the week. Okay, so I get burned out. And the one thing that I realized is if I start on Monday, I will be definitely burned out on Fridays. So on Wednesdays, I take it easy. What I would usually do is I would record some videos. I would just do something, or I would just go and play pickleball or play with something else. So Wednesdays are the human days for me.
All right. How about the weekends? Do you take weekends off?
I take Sundays off, but what I usually do on Saturdays or Sundays is learning new stuff.
So weekend is more about the learning,
personal
doing.
learning.
Yeah,
Yes,
personal learning.
because again, you can easily get outdated in a week. And why do people come to me is because I'm not outdated person. If you would ask if you would ask what was released yesterday, I would tell you that Runway can now generate real-time videos. It collaborated with NVIDIA and it's creating real-time videos for you. So if you're looking for real-time videos, go to Runway. So again, just keeping up with everything news takes a toll. So on weekends, I learn new stuff.
Interesting.
And on Wednesday, I don't use anything, because one thing that I've realized is the more I rely on AI, the worse decision making that I have. I'm declining in my cognitive senses.
That's the reason why our podcast is not on Wednesday, right? Like it's AI related, heavy.
Again, so that's what I do. Like, and one more thing that I usually do is I stay a lot close to the nature. I work for 3 months, then for 10 to 15 days, I go for a hike in the Himalayas.
The Himalayas.
Yes.
Wow. All right.
I do love adventure. I do love to be close to nature. So again, I don't think
every 3 months also, right? You mentioned.
Yes, after every 3 months, because
10 to 15 days.
10 days, 10 to 12 days. For example, I would be in Nepal after a month now.
Do you still check the internet, check your email during this 10 days?
I don't have any network. My AI agents do the tasks for me. So that's where the stress testing comes in. My AI agents would reply to my emails. My AI agents would take the calls.
All right. That's amazing. I mean, I have heard about, I can't remember his name. He wrote the book 4 Hour Week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he also does like this kind of like a break. Like just throw away the phone, keep away from phone or tech devices, go to the forest with his the best ones, and then disappear for a week or two, completely. Yeah.
And when you
after that,
when you come back, you're more productive, because now you were like everything that you were doing was in vain. There's a new thing that have started. Okay, you can just get over it. So, for example, the last time I was out, I just remember DeepSeek R1 launched at that time. The DeepSeek moment, and when I came back, and I was like, I missed on this. I missed on capitalizing.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You feel missing out for some important stuff when you are away? Your mind maybe still.
But then I learned about it, and it was like, it wasn't that big deal. I just missed on the FOMO, fear of that was just a FOMO, fear of missing out.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. No, nobody talk about DeepSeek, right? It's like
exactly. I guess I have
not missing out anything,
I have another call now, JP.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we can wrap this up. Yeah. Sorry about taking a little bit longer. Yeah.
No problem.
But it's really a pleasure to have you here talk about like AI, SEO, building the business, productivity. Yeah, thank you very much for your time. It's really a pleasure. Yeah,
it was great meeting you, JP, and thank you so much.
Let's keep in touch.
Definitely, and if anything works out well, I would love to come to China.
Awesome. I keep that in mind.